Welcome to this week's What's for Dinner video. My name is Ashley. I'm going to be showing you 3 different meals I made this past week. I don't always follow recipes exactly, but if you're interested, I've linked some similar recipes down below. First dinner I'm going to be showing you, I made some stacked enchiladas. I've seen this on Pinterest and I've made it one time before and we've really liked it, so I wanted to make it again. I'm just working on cutting up the romaine lettuce to top the enchiladas. I love lettuce. For the enchiladas, I'm going to use some chicken. So I just cooked up a couple chicken breasts in my Instant Pot and I shredded that up. Next, I'm going to take that to my pan with some of the red enchilada sauce, some water, chicken broth, and just create kind of a mixture. We were only having this for one night, so I didn't create too much of an enchilada mixture. I'm going to season a bit more with some enchilada sauce, cumin, onion powder, and my adobo seasoning. And then of course I'm going to add in a good amount of shredded cheese. This is just a Mexican blend, I believe. Next, it's time to kind of assemble these stacked enchiladas. In a separate pot, I have some enchilada sauce heating up. You want to dip your corn tortilla in, get that nice and soft, and just kind of layer like so. Do the tortilla, some of the chicken mixture, and kind of stack it however high you'd like it. These are pretty filling, so for the last layer you just want to use your tortilla and then top with some queso fresco, lettuce, and really whatever else you'd like. I of course served mine with some fresh guacamole and sour cream, salsa. This is how everything looked when it was done. One of my favorite meals. These are so good. Definitely recommend trying these out. The next dinner I'm going to be showing you, I made some homemade honey sesame chicken with some rice and veggies on the side. I am truly just a sucker for rice and chicken in some type of sauce. I could eat that every single day. I am just going to work on some peppers. I just cut up some sweet peppers just to kind of de-seed and throw them on this baking dish. We're going to roast these with some green beans. I've never really made these sweet peppers, but I think they definitely taste different than plain bell peppers, if I'm not wrong. I'm just throwing on some green beans as well. I'm going to drizzle with some olive oil. I'm seasoning with this citrus blend from Trader Joe's as well as my adobo seasoning. Next, we're going to work on the sauce for my chicken. I love making my own kind of Asian sauces. I'm just using some soy sauce, hoisin sauce, honey. Crystallized honey is so hard to get out of the container. Next, we are just going to work on cutting up the chicken. My chicken was slightly still frozen, so I did let it sit after I cut it, but it is kind of easier to cut when it's slightly frozen. I'm cutting my chicken up into more kind of strip form rather than thick chunks. This is kind of how Panda Express, I think, does like their honey sesame chicken. Once the chicken was cut up, I did let it sit and thaw out a little bit longer. That way everything was nice and defrosted, and then I just took a paper towel to dry everything off. For the coating for my chicken, I'm just going to use some cornstarch. I'm not going to really batter with an egg wash, just do a light coating of cornstarch. I'm just tossing everything around, making sure it's all nice and coated. You do want to let it sit as well to let the cornstarch adhere to the chicken. To cook the chicken, I'm just going to lightly pan fry it with a little bit of oil in my wok. Kind of was a little bit stuck together, but it was fine. I do have my pan set on about medium high to cook this because I want to get a nice crust on the chicken. This is just batch 1, so once the first batch is nice and golden brown and crispy, I just set it aside on like a paper towel to finish draining the excess oil, and then I'm going to work on the second batch. Once that was done, I just tossed the rest of the chicken back in the wok, and next we're just going to throw in the sauce and let it cook. Once you see the sauce get all bubbly, that means it's going to start thickening up and really coating the chicken nicely. And of course, I had to sprinkle on some sesame seeds for my honey sesame chicken. This is how everything looked when it was done. Just served it with some white rice on the side. Definitely one of our favorite meals as well. The last dinner I'm going to be showing you, it doesn't look that appetizing, but the husband loved it. It is cheeseburger orzo pasta. For this recipe, I'm just going to take some ground beef and first brown it up, cook it all up, and then it'll kind of be like a one-pot dish. I'm definitely not picky about what ground beef that I buy. I feel like no matter what, I end up just draining any excess grease, so I'm not really sure about the percentages. Once I drained out as much grease as I could, I just went ahead and started seasoning. So I'm just going to season with my adobo seasoning, some garlic powder. This is some smoked paprika, some Cajun seasoning, onion powder. Next, I'm going to add in half a box of Orzo. This is half of what we had left from using it previously, and this worked out just fine. I'm just going to cover it with water, no special amount, and then add in some chicken bouillon. Once it came up to a simmer, I just covered it with a lid and turned the heat down and let it all really cook. Next, I'm going to add in some sour cream, some milk, and cheese. If you have heavy cream, you could definitely use that, but I didn't have any. I am also using sharp cheddar cheese to give it a really nice cheesy flavor. At this point, definitely taste your food, add whatever else you think it needs. This is how everything looked when it was done. I just served it with a little side salad. Thank you so much for watching this week's What's for Dinner video. I am about to head on to maternity leave, so I should hopefully be back soon.